If zodiac signs are meaningless, why do intelligent people believe in them? I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about engineers, analysts, founders, doctors, people trained to think critically, people who reject superstition. So what's happening here? How can someone dismiss magical thinking, but still feel personally described by a zodiac profile? And here's the uncomfortable part. If you've ever read your sign and thought, that's actually me, your brain just did something very specific. And today we're going to break it down, not to mock anyone, not to debate astrology, but to understand the psychology behind belief. Because once you understand that, you start seeing it everywhere. Let's start with something simple. Have you ever read a zodiac description like this? You're independent, but sometimes you doubt yourself. You value honesty, but you can be guarded around new people. And it felt accurate, almost precise? Here's the strange part. That description fits millions of people. Not because it's magical, but because it's structured to feel personal. It's broad, but emotionally specific. And your brain doesn't analyze it logically. It reacts emotionally. Your mind highlights the parts that match and quietly ignores the parts that don't. You remember the hits, you forget the misses. That's not stupidity, that's selective attention. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine. It evolved to detect meaning quickly, even weak meaning, even accidental meaning, especially when it relates to identity. And zodiac descriptions are designed to attach to identity. That's why they stick. Now let's go deeper. Humans crave identity. We want answers to one core question: who am I? Not just biologically, psychologically, socially, emotionally, we want structure. Labels give structure. Think about how often we use them. Introvert, extrovert, alpha, empath, leader, overthinker. Labels simplify complexity. They turn chaos into narrative. And zodiac signs are identity shortcuts. They provide personality blueprints. They offer strengths, weaknesses, compatibility, purpose, even destiny. That's powerful, because identity reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty makes the brain uncomfortable. So when a symbolic system offers identity clarity, it feels stabilizing, even if it's symbolic, especially if it's symbolic. Now let's talk about uncertainty. The modern world is unpredictable. Careers shift, relationships fail, technology changes everything. The future feels unstable, and the human brain hates unpredictability. It wants patterns. It wants cause and effect. It wants explanations. Zodiac systems offer structured explanations. If something goes wrong, there's a narrative. If something goes right, there's a narrative. Narrative reduces anxiety, because randomness feels threatening, but pattern feels safe, even if the pattern isn't scientifically verified. Your brain prefers meaningful stories over meaningless chaos. Every time. That's not irrational. That's evolutionary. For most of human history, pattern detection kept us alive. If the bushes moved, it was safer to assume a predator, even if it was just wind. False positives were safer than missed threats. Today, that same pattern detection system is still running. But instead of predators, it's detecting symbolic connections. Dates, signs, traits, compatibility. The mechanism is ancient. The symbols are modern. Now let's add something even more powerful. Social reinforcement. You don't believe in isolation. You believe in context. If your social environment constantly references zodiac signs, they start feeling normal. Memes, compatibility charts, casual jokes. It's such a Scorpio thing. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates comfort. The more you see something, the less your brain questions it. It starts feeling culturally embedded, and when intelligent people participate casually, that lowers resistance even more. Because belief isn't always conscious. Sometimes it's ambient. You absorb it through exposure, not through analysis. And when belief becomes socially rewarded, through likes, comments, shared identity, it becomes even stronger. Humans are wired for belonging. If a symbolic system strengthens belonging, Your brain gives it value, even if you intellectually doubt parts of it. But here's something people rarely admit. Zodiac frameworks feel validating. They describe strengths. They normalize weaknesses. They offer explanations. Instead of, I struggle with commitment, it becomes, that's just my sign. That shift matters, because it softens self-criticism. It reduces guilt. It reframes flaws as traits. And intelligent people often overanalyze themselves. They carry pressure, expectation, internal standards. Zodiac descriptions can feel relieving. They provide psychological permission. Permission to be imperfect. Permission to have patterns. Permission to feel understood. And feeling understood is one of the most powerful human desires, even if that understanding comes from symbols. Now pause for a second. Does any of this mean people are irrational? No. It means they're human. Believing in zodiac signs doesn't automatically signal low intelligence. Intelligence and cognitive bias are not opposites. In fact, highly intelligent people can rationalize symbolic systems even more effectively, because intelligence helps build explanations, not always dismantle them. That's the twist. Belief isn't just about logic. It's about emotion, identity, belonging, control, narrative. When a system touches all of those at once, it becomes psychologically sticky. Very sticky. So the real question isn't, why do smart people believe in zodiac signs? The real question is, how could they not? When the system feels personal, offers identity, reduces uncertainty, strengthens belonging, provides validation, and repeats constantly in culture. That combination is powerful. And once you see the psychology behind it, you start seeing similar mechanisms everywhere. Brand loyalty, political identity, online tribes, symbolic thinking is everywhere. Zodiac signs are just one example of something much deeper, the human need for meaning. And here's the important part. Understanding this doesn't mean you must reject symbols. It means you recognize their psychological impact. Because once you see the mechanism, you gain awareness. And awareness creates choice. Instead of reacting automatically, you respond intentionally. That's psychological power, and that's far more interesting than whether astrology is true or false. Because this isn't about astrology, it's about the human mind, and the mind is far more fascinating. In the next video, we're going to break down something even deeper. Why certain zodiac symbols trigger emotional reactions instantly. Not because of fate, but because of color, archetype, and psychological association. And once you understand that, you'll never look at symbols the same way again.